How to Eat to Live, Book 2, by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Chapter 53, Doctors Live Same Years as Patients. How to Eat to Live is one of the number 2 blessings that Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever, has brought to us. How to eat to live is the thing that everyone wants to know. Doctors, who even study in order to learn what to teach their patients on how to live, they wind up living about the same number of years that their patients live. This goes to show that there is something wrong somewhere. Almighty God, the best knower and the wisest of them all, did not teach me to eat a great variety of foods. Just common, simple foods is what He dwelt upon. And finally, He said to me that bread and milk was enough and that it was the best of foods. The fact about it, milk is our first food. Milk from our mother's breast. It used to be, but pride has taken away from the baby the milk that belonged to him. The milk from his mother's milk is better than the milk of a beast or cow's milk for feeding the baby. I lost a little nephew once. After my sister died, my mother tried to rear the baby on canned milk. We had no cow. That canned sweet milk constipated and killed that baby. So, when I married, I told my wife that I did not want her to try to rear her children on canned milk, and she agreed with me. She nursed her babies from her breast. A baby nursed from its mother's breast will love its mother more than the baby fed from the bottle. He loves the bottle. When you feed the baby cow and other milk, when it is in its infancy like that, the baby will be easy to be led by the animal. And if he knew that it was the animal or cattle's milk that's being fed to him, he will love that cattle instead of its mother, because any young will follow after that which feeds him. This is why the baby sometimes loves its nurse more than it loves its mother. It is because the baby's nurse feeds and cares for it. In this evil world, which is guilty of practicing every known evil, it does not teach you to practice to eat the right foods. Notice, the white race has all kinds of varieties of foods to eat. It would kill dogs if you changed his diet to that which the white race eats. Soon, you would have a dead dog. Just try giving the dog a lot of cakes and pies. Try and feed him walnuts, peanuts, and all kinds of nuts. You will soon have no dog. You may say, "My dog eats peanut butter." No dog likes to eat a food that he cannot clean out of his mouth and into his stomach quickly. Peanut butter is almost like glue. The dog has too hard a time getting the peanut butter out of its teeth. As I have said to you heretofore, that the reason the white race eats nuts, it is due to them practicing eating this type of food 4,000 years ago, when they were in the cave, before Moses brought them out of the cave. Cornbread, Allah taught me, should be cooked 3 or 4 times before we eat it. He said to me that it is best not to eat it at all. Never eat fresh bread, brother. Bread just out of the oven is not good for you and me to eat. Let it stay over a day, at least, and let it dry out. You should toast bread and almost burn it through. Regardless to what you do in the way of browning it, it will swell up in your stomach. Fish is a better food if you eat the better fish. The flesh of the fish comes out of another world. This makes it better for us in this world. Any animal or beast that is out here eating the same food that we eat, we should not eat him, because his flesh is too hard for our flesh to digest. All of our food in the way of meat should come from the sea, ocean, river, or lakes, and not from 4-footed animals that are walking around here and eating almost the same things that we are eating. Stay well, eat simple foods, and live a long time. In order to live a long time, eat simple foods and do not eat but 1 meal a day. Allah God taught me that in that way you will reach the age of 140 years. If you eat once every 2 or 3 days, you could probably live like the old patriarchs for nearly 1,000 years. I do not do all of these things, being restrictive about eating. I act the fool sometimes. When I act the fool, I am learning more about you who are acting the fool and would think that you are pretty smart while it is death to you. I did not say that it was really wrong for you to use alcohol, but it is wrong for you to use it in the way that you use it, getting drunk from alcohol. If we only know how to use anything with moderation, we would be a long time from hurting ourselves. Try to eat all of your foods fresh from the source from which it springs. In the frigid zone of the north, we have to can our food. But if we can eliminate the canning idea and get our food fresh every day, I say, get your food every day and eat it. And what is left over, feed it to something else out here in the world and do not eat it tomorrow. We have a lot to talk about on the subject of how to eat to live. I have hardly scratched the surface. Only eat 1 meal a day, and you will surely live long. Eat the proper food if you eat once, twice, or 3 times a week. Do not say that you cannot eat once a week. It is the way that you train your stomach. You can make a habit of eating once every week, and you will survive happily. So, eat to live and not to die. Purchase the books, CDs, and DVDs of the life-giving teachings at store.finalcall.com. Listen to the messages of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan 24/7 at finalcallradio.com. Watch the Nation of Islam's weekly and live broadcasts at NOI.org.